Welcome back. It's your boy Turnbuster 65, and this is part 2. Carrying on with our little light ball here. Seems we're gonna make this way down this dark, very dark tunnel. Is it really a tunnel if you're going downward? I guess so. It's a hole of some sorts either way. It leads to a path. But the path leads to this strange heart, which questions everything. Are we inside a body, perhaps? I generally have no idea, as I didn't record anything past this part. Oh yeah, this is post-audio commentary for those that are new and didn't watch part 1 to get that little explanation. Last episode, we went on to the first level or section of the game. I'm not sure. I also said I was going to name these either the trophies of each area, but after looking at the title of the first 2 trophies I unlocked, I'm just going to go by part. Part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and it's just going to be each part being that section of the game. So yeah. I got a little bit lost here because I thought I was stuck. I see all these gateways, and at first it wasn't obvious on what to do here. So I went around just bumping into everything. But eventually I remembered that in the beginning there showed you a hint on how to gather hints. By pressing triangle, makes a little thought bubble on what to do. And that thought bubble helped me out on figuring to place this light bulb into that claw. So now that other claw pops out from the bottom left. And I figure from there, okay, I'm supposed to gather the light bulbs, place it on those claws. But where do I go now? That door is still locked. I thought about going back up to get them, but rethinking, obviously the game doesn't want you to go back up. That's where you came in to begin this level, or a particular portion of the game. So obviously it has to be somewhere in this core to find it. And these other 4 gates that I can traverse through is 4? Yes, bottom left, bottom right, top right. So I went around counterclockwise until I found the open gate and proceeded from there. Once again meeting my friend the green gate. So we get to a little bit of a weight issue, which I used to have. Wasn't the biggest person, but my heaviest was 215. We'll say under 220. I certainly surpassed 210 at one point in my life. I want to say 215 was my heaviest, maybe 216. Certainly a couple pounds under 220. That was back when I was 15. 14, 15, I'm not sure which one of those two. Well, fluctuated between 200 and 210 from the ages of 14 to 16. And then when I was 16, I grew a little bit, but I didn't change weight, so I appeared to be skinnier, which technically was from a height perspective, but from a mass perspective, I was not. I was in fact the same weight I was when I was 14, so people perceived me to be not overweight, which, well, in a BMI, I would still technically be overweight, but am I overweight now? No. Currently, I'm in the 180s. I fluctuate between, I'll say, 178 and 185. Been like that for the past couple of years. My journey just really started being out of PE after sophomore year. Once I stopped going to PE, and I lost some muscle mass over time, but I also lost weight. So I didn't appear to be that weaker. Well, maybe technically I was weaker, but stopped PE. I stopped eating 3 meals a day. Started eating more 2 meals a day, sometimes 1. Not to say I had any eating disorders necessarily. I just wanted to not be heavier. And that led me to eventually losing the feeling of hunger, and also losing 15 pounds or so. That carried on until I was 21. And then I started having my little eat thing. Well, I guess recently I've been on the incline of eating consistently 2 meals a day. When I got out of high school, I was relatively eating 2 meals, but sometimes I would go with one heavy meal, and I would suffice with snacks. It's crazy to say the least, but the last time I had 3 meals was sometime this year. Not sure when. I can certainly say I brushed my teeth more than I had meals. Well, nah, that'd be a lie. That'd be a lie to say. Yeah, that'd even be a lie to say in high school. That's pretty scary. We'll get about my personal hygiene another day. I got a little stumped on this. I was so asphyxiated with this beam. I was thinking, okay, at first I'm thinking I gotta utilize all 4 of these. Obviously I turn this at the top. I get this bounce to here. Then it hit me. Okay, that's not gonna work with that, so let me turn that at an angle to get it projecting from that thing. And just utilize the 3, which, well, kind of was working, but at the same time, progress, which not really. So I went back to turning this, and I realized, okay, yeah, I can't really do anything with that. So that's definitely not going to work. And then turning it like that actually stops the beam all the way there. So then I thought about turning this one. What if I can get that too? Because the goal, you see that yellow orb there at the bottom left? That's where we want to project that beam onto to unlock the gate. Or rather, that little small thing that I bumped into, not the yellow thing. Sorry. But yes, that's what we're doing. And then I noticed when I took a little swim that there are those little beams down there, or mirrors rather. I think to myself, what a wonderful reflection. And tried to go project the beam there. And then I made this little triangle. Ooh, shout out geometry. I want you guys to try to find the area of that imaginary square. Go ahead and do it for me right now. Give yourselves a good practice. I did tweak that a little bit, which that is key though. You do want to tweak that a little bit. That slightly changes the angle which that bounces off these mirrors, which does do a little bit of something. Ultimately, this solution comes down to the mirror at the bottom left and the mirror at the top right. Those are the 2 mirrors you want to focus on. You do need that beam to project onto the mirrors down there. How you say? Still working that out. Give me some time. And funnily enough, if you're paying attention, there is a trophy achievement to get. So if you follow this code, boom. You did exactly what I did here, you will get this star, which is a silver trophy on PlayStation. Not sure what it is on Xbox or other console/gaming outlets, systems. But there you go. And you tweak that up there one more time to have that put on that little orb there, which leads to unlocking that door. You see that thermostat right there? I didn't notice it. I noticed it, but I didn't notice that when that goes all the way, starts from the bottom, that projects up all the way to green in time. That's the timer for how long it needs to sit on there before it gets activates the gate. Now we completed this part. This threw me off because I got here and I see that gate on the other side. I see a thing I need to place on the bottom. So I'm thinking, okay, how can I get that beam to reflect down there with the mirrors, which I deemed impossible. Eventually, it processed through my brain, and I left. Whew. Okay. Let me just talk about my day. My day went fine. It's a typical hair day. Recording this on Sunday, August the 20th. Several days before my beloved mom's birthday. Mama turned busted. Ooh, also, I'm recording this at the time that I'm seeing my Spire video nearing 100 views and gaining 2 subscribers off of it. I'm not sure who the subscribers are. I can only see people that subscribe if they have their subscriptions available publicly, meaning that whoever they subscribe to is publicly known to people that would view their channel, that sort of thing. So I do appreciate the new subscribers coming along. I'm very surprised that the Slate Aspire video done as well as it did, and I'm looking at, because the YouTube studio is terrible, I'm not gonna lie. YouTube has been tweaking their what do you call it, their analytics. They've been tweaking their analytics tracking for years. It used to be so great when I first got on. I was making my first wave of making videos, or I should say my second wave of making videos. Well, no, technically my first and second wave of making videos, I was able to look into exactly the views. I was able to see the geography, no matter how many views it got, to which person that part of the world was watching it, and I think I was also able to see the subscribers from the not subscribers, but the channels of the viewers that were viewing it and from where in the world they were. Now, if it's not enough data, I'm not allowed to see it, or they can't properly track it, whatever the case, and I have to find out my way of seeing specific views and stuff off of suggested videos, which is a huge downgrade. Doesn't necessarily tell me the geography of where it is. Well, to an extent. For example, if the title's in English, it's most likely from an English-speaking country. I've gotten some of the views I was seeing from the suggested videos where my video was recommended. The video they were watching, it had some Arabic titles. There was some Asian lettering, whether it's Japanese, Vietnamese, Chinese. I couldn't confirm for most of them. I know a few of them was Japanese. It was talking about anime and music, that sort of thing, so it's easier to pick up on. But for the most part, it leaves me little room to know who's watching my video. And then for certain, even back then, for certain videos that had enough views, I could tell the age group, also tell the gender. That's no longer a thing unless your video is contracting thousands of views. It's pretty stupid. I hate the new analytics system on YouTube, calling it YouTube Studio, require you to download an app, which is still not going to provide enough data. That's why I go on the mobile browser. Sometimes I use the desktop version, as the mobile browser tells you to continue the browser, but that it gets a little buggy sometimes because I use it to go on there to videos whenever I upload. I keep them unlisted, and then when I'm ready to publish them, I put them publicly, or I change it to public. I go sometimes make my edits when I add the description for the videos. When I go to the playlist, put in the tags, and then place in the gaming category. I do that on my phone. Sometimes I want to go over there, mess with my keyboard. Other times there's been glitches to where it's just white screens the whole tab. When I hit the refresh, there's still a white screen. When I try to back out, there's still a white screen. So I have to go close out the whole freaking tab, or back out to a point where I can finally see something on the site again. It's pretty dumb. But enough of me rambling about how terrible YouTube's analytics checking is nowadays. We're trying to figure out how shapes work, because the goal is you want to reflect that beam up there to touch that other gem. I was thinking that you were able to, with those little ridges on there, you were able to place the boxes in a way that would tilt the positioning of the orbs. It took me a while to figure out that I can place 2 boxes up there, place 2 boxes up there to have that orb, and then another orb to reflect it up, and then use the 3rd orb while holding the robot to place it on the thing. It's very simple. I made this complex for no reason. I had a thought of, okay, what if I did this? And then I had the thought of trying to use that to put on the thing as if that was going to reflect diagonally, except instead of going vertically, as you see it here. So I felt real stupid. I decided, okay, let me just go back, and then I saw that, I realized, oh, that's not gonna reflect or refract the beam the same way as that orb is if it's coming from below as opposed to coming from a side. So now I go place things back over here, that orb on top of that box. See the beam, that's that, and then I grab that third orb to do this. I could have brought that box closer so I could exactly see that hitting the thing. I thought I was good and clear right here. I could tell that was hitting. You notice from where that beam is shooting out and turning blue, that means that it's hitting the gem. I thought I had it all right there. Nope. I need to hold on to it a little bit longer. Wait until I hear the doo-doo-doo, and I'm good. Ooh. There we go. Now just one last thing is this, which is not a secret, it's part of the thing. There's two things, I think I noticed that the first time, but why were both gates necessary? Then it hit me. Well, it first hit me that I put this beam out over here and to use the orb. Then I was thinking, okay, I need both beams, so I went ahead, straightened out this beam first, you just take the orbs off. That, or no, actually just remove that orb only. But I was thinking about something, how the frick can I do this because I have to hold the orb. I figured out soon here that you can place the orb on the water, it'll stay afloat. And now this is a good position right here. Keep it in this position. I was questioning myself why I was kind of bending like that. There's a little bit of, I guess, aim assist with the beams. It's weird to say. But if you're close enough to it, the game will refract the beam onto, or reflect the beam onto that thing. So now here I just straighten out this beam, and voila! With that activated, we get this second light ball. We're gonna go ahead and carry this to the claw. Pretty soon, that's gonna be the end of this level right here. A little bit of spoilers, yeah. I say it's the end of the level. Can I go back and do something else? That's what I thought too. When I looked around and saw that all the orbs were taken, and then there's this gate over here that isn't opening for some reason, it clicked in my head that, okay, well, there's nothing more else to do. And then there's one more gate that I didn't go through past that, which is this one. So we take this right over here, put this open, alright, and we get ourselves a little goodbye. So see you guys in part 3. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you liked this video, and until next time, peace out.